sent shockwaves across the globe, uncovering cities so densely packed that just a single wrong step could lead you into an overwhelming maze, where the crowd seems endless. From the towering skyscrapers of Hong Kong, housing thousands of people, to the sprawling slums of Mumbai, these urban jungles are not just about numbers, but stories of survival. Why are these cities so populated? What is life truly like behind the chaos? Brace yourself as we embark on a gripping journey through 20 of the most densely populated places on Earth. Number 20. Manila. Manila, the heart of the Philippines, is a city that redefines the concept of space. Imagine a place where over 42,000 people fit into just 1 square kilometer. That's right. This city has an incredibly dense population, and you can feel it as soon as you step onto its bustling streets. The streets of Manila are alive with activity. The hustle and bustle never seems to stop, with jeepneys weaving through packed roads, while pedestrians fill every available corner. The city is home to over 1.7 million people, but it's also part of the larger Metro Manila, which has a population of over 13 million. This leads to extreme crowding in many neighborhoods. What makes it even more intense is that Manila has a relatively small land area of only about 42 square kilometers. To put this into perspective, a city like New York has a population density of just over 11,000 per square kilometer. Manila is nearly 4 times that. This level of crowding brings challenges, from traffic congestion to housing shortages. The city's infrastructure is constantly tested as more people flock to its economic opportunities. But despite these challenges, Manila thrives. The vibrant culture, the resilience of its people, and the never-ending energy make it a fascinating place to explore. It's a city that shows how people can adapt, even when space is scarce. Number 19. Kathmandu. Kathmandu, the bustling capital of Nepal, is located in South Asia. With a density of over 20,000 people per square kilometer, it holds the title of the country's most populated city. Sitting in the heart of the Kathmandu Valley at roughly 4,600 feet above sea level, this city is one of the oldest continuously lived-in places on Earth, with roots dating back to the 2nd century AD. Over the years, it became home to Nepal's royal family, and its many palaces and mansions still echo the royal past. As the largest metropolitan area in the Himalayan mountain range, Kathmandu continues to thrive as Nepal's cultural and economic hub. The city is famous for its 7 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, all within the Kathmandu Valley. Some of the most iconic spots include the Swayambhunath Stupa, or Monkey Temple, and the historic Durbar Squares, located in Kathmandu, Patan, and Bhaktapur. These ancient landmarks bring in tourists from all over the world, giving a boost to the local economy. What makes Kathmandu truly unique is its blend of the old and new. Despite the modern development, the city has worked hard to protect its rich history, preserving its cultural treasures while embracing progress. Number 18. Vijayawada. Vijayawada, nestled on the banks of the Krishna River and surrounded by the Indrakiladri Hills, is a city where space is at a premium. Despite covering an area of just over 61 square kilometers, the city is home to over 2.2 million people. What's truly remarkable about Vijayawada is that it ranks as the 3rd most densely populated urban area in the world, with around 37,000 people packed into every square kilometer. This incredible density stems from Vijayawada's rapid urbanization and its role as a major commercial and educational hub in Andhra Pradesh. Known as the Land of Victory, the city's growth has been fueled by its strategic location between major urban centers and its importance as a cultural and religious site. The Kanaka Durga Temple, perched on the Indrakiladri Hills, draws thousands of devotees annually, adding to the city's already bustling streets. Interestingly, While Vijayawada's low-rise structures might suggest a more spacious urban landscape, the reality is quite different. With clusters of densely populated neighborhoods and over 100 slums located near canals, every square meter of land is utilized. It's not just the numbers that stand out in Vijayawada, but also the way the city has adapted to accommodate its growing population. With transit housing projects and plans for urban development, the city is constantly evolving to meet the demands of its residents. Number 17. Dhaka. Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, is a city where every corner, alley, and street feels like it's buzzing with life. With over 21 million people packed into its urban area, it is one of the most dynamic and rapidly growing cities in the world. Dhaka's population density is staggering, with an average of 47,400 people per square kilometer. A number that is hard to comprehend unless you experience the crowded streets firsthand. The city's fast growth is the result of both urban migration and high birth rates. People from all over Bangladesh flood into Dhaka in search of better job opportunities, contributing to the city's continuous population surge. Since the 1950s, the population has ballooned from a modest 336,000 to today's tens of millions. With this rapid expansion comes challenges that make daily life in Dhaka a balancing act. From overcrowded slums known as bostis to a struggling sewage system that often collapses during monsoon rains, the city's infrastructure is under enormous strain. The roads, packed with 400,000 rickshaws and countless other vehicles, are a perfect example of how overwhelming this density can be. Yet despite these issues, Dhaka thrives as the economic heart of Bangladesh, contributing to 40% of the country's GDP. It's a city of contrasts, where the streets are packed with both high-rise buildings and informal settlements, and where poverty exists alongside rapid economic growth. More than 300,000 to 400,000 people in Dhaka live in extreme poverty, many without access to basic services like gas or electricity. The city is also home to a vibrant cultural and religious mix, with over 91% of its population Muslim and smaller communities of Hindus, Christians, and Buddhists, making Dhaka a melting pot of traditions. Number 16. Levallois-Perret. Tucked just a few kilometers from the heart of Paris, Levallois-Perret may seem like a small, quiet suburb, but don't let its size fool you. This compact commune covers just 2.4 square kilometers, yet it houses about 63,000 people, making it one of the most densely populated towns, not just in France, but in all of Europe. With a population density of nearly 27,000 people per square kilometer, space is at a premium here. Levallois-Perret's close proximity to Paris, only about 6 kilometers away, has made it a desirable residential and commercial area. Originally a planned community that began development in the 19th century, the town grew rapidly and became known for industries like car manufacturing and, interestingly, the construction of the Eiffel Tower's iron framework. Today, it's one of the wealthiest suburbs of Paris, with beautifully maintained parks and streets that reflect its affluence. Yet, with such a high density, the city faces the usual challenges of overcrowding, limited housing space, higher living costs, and intense traffic. Despite these challenges, the residents enjoy a high quality of life, with excellent public services and access to Paris's vast amenities. Number 15. Chennai. Chennai, a vibrant city on the southeastern coast of India, is not just known for its rich culture and iconic landmarks, but also for its dense population. With over 12 million people, packed into just 426 square kilometers, Chennai stands as one of the most crowded cities in India. That's about 28,300 people living in every square kilometer, creating a city constantly bustling with life. The rapid population growth is driven by Chennai's appeal as a hub for both tradition and innovation. It's a major center for industries like IT, and its deep-rooted cultural heritage is seen in famous temples like the Kapalishwarar Temple. The city's long-standing history as a port and trade center has also attracted people from all over the region. However, such a dense population comes with its challenges. Nearly 29% of the city's residents live in slum areas, contributing to overcrowding and putting pressure on infrastructure. Despite this, Chennai is known for its high literacy rate of around 90%, with a strong focus on education across its population. Diversity is also a hallmark of this city. While about 80% of the population practices Hinduism, there are significant Muslim and Christian communities, adding to the city's rich cultural tapestry. Looking forward, projections suggest Chennai's population will keep rising, potentially reaching over 15 million by 2025. Number 14. Kolkata. Kolkata, situated in the eastern part of India, is home to millions navigating life within tightly packed streets. Over 15 million people call this city their home, and the energy is noticeable the moment you enter. But what makes it even more unique is how so many people manage to live together within such a limited space. Spread over 206 square kilometers, Kolkata's density is immense, around 22 people per square kilometer. That's about half the size of New York City, but with nearly double the density. This bustling metropolis is the heart of West Bengal, and with so many people, the streets are a vibrant mix of rickshaws, cars, and pedestrians moving through narrow lanes. Everywhere you look, there's life. Markets overflowing with shoppers, street vendors selling food, and people going about their daily routines. Despite this intense crowding, Kolkata has always found ways to keep moving. Over time, areas like Salt Lake City and Rajarhat have developed to manage the growing population, but the city's older districts remain as busy as ever. Yet, with this kind of crowding, challenges are bound to arise. Housing shortages, traffic jams, and overstretched public services are part of daily life. Number 13. Mumbai. Mumbai, India, is a city that never sleeps, constantly alive with the buzz of millions of people packed into a relatively small area. The city's population stands at over 21 million people, making it one of the largest urban areas in the world. What makes Mumbai truly fascinating is how it manages such a large population within its limited space of only 603 square kilometers. On average, 36,000 people are crammed into every square kilometer of the city. This creates a dynamic but intense atmosphere where space is always at a premium. As you walk through the bustling streets, you'll witness a vibrant blend of culture, commerce, and history. But you'll also notice the strain of overcrowding. The city's massive growth over the past few decades has led to significant challenges, especially in housing. Almost half of Mumbai's population lives in slums, where access to basic services like clean water and electricity is scarce. Despite these challenges, Mumbai continues to thrive as India's financial and entertainment capital, generating a large portion of the country's GDP. With its iconic Bollywood film industry, thriving businesses, and a rich cultural heritage, the city remains a melting pot of dreams and opportunities. However, as the population grows, so do the demands on its infrastructure, and the city's residents are constantly finding new ways to adapt and survive in this fast-paced environment. Number 12. Hong Kong. Living in Hong Kong is no small feat. It is one of the most crowded places on Earth, known for its tightly packed communities and bustling streets. Despite a low birth rate of just 0.774 per woman, the population keeps growing. The region covers about 1,100 square kilometers, but only around 25% is developed into urban areas. Over 7 million people are packed into these spaces, most of whom live in towering high-rise buildings. In fact, Hong Kong boasts more skyscrapers than any other city on the planet. Remarkably, despite the dense population, Hong Kong residents enjoy one of the highest life expectancies in the world. The city's advanced public transportation system and role as a global financial center make it both a convenient and dynamic place to live. It's not only known for finance. Hong Kong also serves as a major cultural hub and holds significant importance in the history of filmmaking. Of course, living in such a densely populated area has its challenges, but Hong Kong's benefits are undeniable. The city is renowned for its top-tier infrastructure and carefully planned urban spaces, making it a place where people continue to thrive both in work and daily life. Number 11. Baghdad. Baghdad, the capital of Iraq, is a city that continues to grow at an impressive pace, both in population and in challenges. With over 9 million residents, Baghdad stands as one of the most densely populated cities in the Middle East. But what really makes this city stand out is how it balances such a dense population within its ancient yet rapidly modernizing infrastructure. The city, built along the Tigris River, has a rich historical significance, but today, it's struggling to keep up with the demands of its ever-increasing population. Every day, Baghdad's streets become filled with over 4 million cars, far exceeding its road capacity, creating congestion that impacts every aspect of daily life. New urban projects, including bridges and tunnels, aim to reduce this pressure. But for many residents, navigating Baghdad's packed roads remains a part of everyday survival. The city's population boom is fueled by a high birth rate, which continues to rise each year. Government estimates project the population could reach over 11 million by 2030, adding even more strain on housing and public services. To address these issues, plans for satellite cities around Baghdad are being put in place to help ease the crowding. Despite these challenges, Baghdad remains a vibrant center of culture and commerce, where old traditions meet the demands of a modern metropolis. Number 10. Porto Prince. Porto Prince, Haiti's vibrant capital, is a city where life moves fast, and space is a constant struggle. In 2024, the population of the Porto Prince urban area reached around 3.06 million people. This city, sitting on the Gulf of Gonave, is not just the economic heart of Haiti, but also a place where people from all over the country come to make a living. What's striking about Porto Prince is its extremely high density of about 85,000 people per square kilometer. The crowded streets of Porto Prince tell a story of resilience. People live in close quarters, navigating narrow roads and bustling markets. Over time, the city has seen rapid population growth, which has led to both opportunity and hardship. From its humble population of just 133,000 in 1950, Porto Prince has expanded massively in just a few decades. The city is full of energy, with markets overflowing and public spaces packed with people. Despite this vibrant urban life, there are serious challenges. Housing is often in short supply, and the city's infrastructure has struggled to keep up with the demands of its growing population. Many residents lack access to basic services like clean water and electricity, particularly in informal settlements around the city. But even in these conditions, the spirit of Porto Prince shines through, whether it's in the daily hustle of street vendors or the perseverance of those navigating life in a densely packed metropolis. Number 9. Mogadishu. Mogadishu, Somalia's lively capital, is a city that's constantly buzzing with activity. With over 2.7 million people living in the city, Mogadishu is the most populous city in Somalia. But the shocking part is how densely packed its residents are. The city covers just 127 square kilometers, yet it crams in over 21,000 people per square kilometer. That's an extraordinary figure, making Mogadishu one of the most densely populated cities in Africa. This density isn't new. Mogadishu has long been a hub for trade, culture, and migration. The city has grown rapidly, especially after 2012 when improved security encouraged Somali expatriates to return and invest in rebuilding the city. With the return of many families, new developments and infrastructure projects have further contributed to the city's growth. And it's not slowing down. By 2025, the population is projected to reach over 2.8 million, meaning Mogadishu will only get busier. Despite the challenges that come with such a packed environment, the city remains a vibrant and resilient place where life never stops. Number 8. Saint-Just-Ten-Nood. Tucked away in the Brussels capital region, Saint-Just-Ten-Nood is small in size but mighty in population. Covering just 1.1 square kilometers, this is the most densely populated municipality in all of Belgium, with over 23,000 people living per square kilometer. Imagine an entire city squeezed into a space smaller than a single district in many other countries. Originally a quiet farming village on the outskirts of Brussels, Saint-José transformed over the centuries into a bustling urban hub. It's packed with a variety of cultural influences, as over 60% of the population comes from foreign backgrounds. Immigrants from Europe, Asia, and Africa have made this tiny space their home, creating a lively, multicultural community. Despite its size, Saint-Just-Ten-Nood plays a big role in the Brussels metropolitan area. Its streets are a mix of old and new, with some of the oldest buildings in the region nestled between modern developments. The area's dense population doesn't stop it from being a vibrant part of the city, with a strong sense of community and a dynamic atmosphere that reflects the heart of Brussels itself. Saint-José's population is currently around 27,000, with more than half the residents under the age of 40. It's a young, fast-growing place, constantly evolving alongside the greater Brussels region. Number 7. Chikapa. Chikapa, located in the Kasai province of the Democratic Republic of Congo, is a city that thrives amidst unique challenges and rapid growth. With a population estimated at over 1.13 million in 2024, Chikapa is expanding fast, having added more than 54,000 people since last year. Covering an area of 38 square kilometers, it now has a density of around 29,800 people per square kilometer. Chikapa's history is deeply connected to diamond mining, as the city was founded by a Belgian-American mining consortium in the early 1900s. The diamonds discovered here led to rapid development, making Chikapa a key city in the region. However, it has faced significant challenges due to internal displacement from regional conflicts, particularly during the Congo Wars, which has led to a surge in population. Despite its rich diamond resources, Chikapa remains underdeveloped in terms of infrastructure. Many roads are unpaved, and access to basic services like clean water and electricity is limited. Yet, Chikapa is a resilient city, adapting to its circumstances while continuing to grow. The economy relies heavily on both agriculture and diamond digging, with a local population that has learned to make the most of available resources. Life in Chikapa is shaped by its proximity to the Kasai and Chikapa rivers, which not only provide water, but also serve as vital transportation routes. The city's tropical savanna climate brings a mix of wet and dry seasons, contributing to its agricultural activities. Number 6. Malé. Malé, the bustling capital of the Maldives, is a city that defies expectations. Though it's only 8.3 square kilometers in size, its population of over 229,000 makes it one of the most densely populated places in the world. Imagine that, around 28,000 people packed into every square kilometer. This small island city has grown dramatically, especially in recent decades. From a population of just 20,000 in the late 1980s to over 100,000 by the mid-2000s, Malé has expanded both through land reclamation and the addition of nearby islands like Hulhu Malé and Thilafushi. Despite its limited space, Malé serves as the heart of the Maldives, housing the government, financial institutions, and nearly 1/3 of the entire nation's population. The island is highly urbanized, with buildings stacked close together, leaving little room for open spaces. Many residents live in apartments that are shared with extended families, and the city has had to find creative solutions to accommodate its growing population. Despite these challenges, Malé remains the political, economic, and cultural center of the Maldives. The city's proximity to the Indian Ocean and its low elevation of just 2.4 meters above sea level makes it vulnerable to rising sea levels, yet its people continue to thrive. Before we move on, here's today's subscriber's pick. What you're seeing here is no ordinary beach gathering. It's a snapshot from one of the most unforgettable concerts in history. This photo was taken during the Rolling Stones performance on Copacabana Beach, Rio de Janeiro, on February 18, 2006. Over 1.5 million people packed the iconic coastline to see the legendary band perform live. Just imagine being part of that massive, swaying crowd, where the line between sand and sea nearly disappears under the sheer number of concertgoers. But as beautiful as this scene looks, there's another side to Rio that not everyone sees. Beyond the glittering beaches, millions of Rio's residents live in tightly packed communities, often facing significant challenges. Yet, even in these circumstances, they've built vibrant cultures defined by music, dance, and the unbeatable spirit of togetherness. What do you think are the biggest solutions for improving the quality of life in overcrowded areas like these? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 5. Caloocan. Caloocan is a highly urbanized city in the Philippines, located just north of Metro Manila. Despite covering only about 55 square kilometers, Caloocan is home to 1.5 million people, making it one of the most densely populated cities in the world. With approximately 27,000 people per square kilometer, it's hard to imagine how tightly packed the city truly is. Caloocan's dense population is driven by its mix of residential, commercial, and industrial zones. North Caloocan, in particular, has seen rapid growth, housing large communities like Bagong Silang. Until its division in 2024, Bagong Silang was the most populous barangay in the entire country, with over 260,000 residents. The city's density comes with its share of challenges, such as overcrowded living spaces and the need for better infrastructure, but it also adds to its vibrant atmosphere. Despite the population crunch, Caloocan remains a key player in the national capital region. Its people navigate bustling streets, filled markets, and tightly packed neighborhoods every day. Yet the sense of community in this city is strong, with local festivals, businesses, and schools fostering connections among its many residents. Number 4. Mandaluyong. Nestled in the heart of Metro Manila, Mandaluyong may be a small city at just 11.26 square kilometers. But what it lacks in size, it more than makes up for in population density. With over 425,000 people living here, this city has a density of about 38,000 people per square kilometer. Mandaluyong's proximity to major business districts like Ortigas Center adds to its bustling atmosphere. It's a city that's constantly moving, with shopping malls, high-rise buildings, and residential areas all packed together. This makes for a vibrant but crowded experience, where every available space is utilized to its fullest. Historically, Mandaluyong has grown significantly over the years. From its roots as a small district to becoming a hub of economic activity, the city has transformed into one of the busiest places in the Philippines. Despite its limited land area, it's a vital part of the country's economy, housing big corporations and attracting thousands of workers daily. Living in Mandaluyong means navigating a city where people are always on the go, but it also means being part of a tight-knit, energetic community. Number 3. Montrouge. Montrouge, located just outside of Paris, is a small yet vibrant commune that packs a lot of life into its 2.08 square kilometers. As of 2024, this bustling area is home to over 48,900 residents. With a population density of approximately 23,200 people per square kilometer, Montrouge is one of the densest parts of the Paris metropolitan area. Originally known for its reddish earth, which gave the town its name meaning Red Mountain, Montrouge has transformed over the centuries from a religious hamlet into a modern urban hub. Today, it is a lively blend of residential neighborhoods, businesses, and public transport hubs, just a short metro ride away from the center of Paris. Streets are often lined with high-rise buildings, shops, and bustling cafes. But despite the congestion, Montrouge maintains a charming small-town feel, with local markets and parks sprinkled throughout the area. Number 2. Benet Brock. Benet Brock, situated just outside Tel Aviv, is a vibrant city that manages to pack an incredible amount of life into its small space. Covering only 2.74 square miles, or around 7.09 square kilometers, it is home to over 218,000 people. This gives Benet Brock one of the highest population densities in Israel, with more than 26,000 people per square kilometer. Imagine walking through streets that never seem to quiet down, bustling with activity day and night. As a center of Haredi Judaism, Benet Brock is known for its strong religious and cultural identity. Large families are a common sight here, contributing to the city's steady population growth. Despite the pressure this creates on housing and infrastructure, the community remains close-knit and resilient. Founded in the early 1900s as an agricultural settlement, Benet Brock's transformation over the decades is astounding. Back in 1948, the population was just 9,300, but today it has multiplied many times over. Its narrow streets are filled with synagogues, shops, and people going about their daily lives. Every corner of this city feels alive with history and culture. Yet, the rapid growth does come with challenges. The city constantly faces the need to expand housing and improve services, all while trying to preserve its deeply rooted traditions. Number 1. Pateros. Pateros, located in the heart of Metro Manila, Philippines, is a municipality with a unique charm. Despite being the smallest in both land area and population within the bustling metropolis, it stands out for many reasons. Spread across just about 1.7 square kilometers, Pateros is home to over 65,000 people, giving it an incredibly high population density of around 37,000 people per square kilometer. As you walk through its narrow streets, you'll quickly notice the close-knit nature of the community. Pateros is famous for its duck-raising industry, and more notably, the local delicacy balut, a fertilized duck egg that is sold on almost every corner. This blend of local tradition with the daily hustle of its densely packed streets gives Pateros a distinct character compared to its larger neighboring cities like Taguig and Pasig. Despite its small size, Pateros faces many challenges due to its density. Space is limited, and like other parts of Metro Manila, infrastructure is often stretched thin. However, the residents of Pateros are resilient, balancing the pressure of urban life with a sense of community and tradition. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.